Hello, Taurus. It is time for your October reading. We're going to start off with an oracle message to see what it is that the universe wants you to know about October. And you have give to the mind and it gives back. The mind, inspiration, mood, and cycle. So feed that brain this month, Taurus. This would be a natural fit for you because of you have this innate desire to learn more, to study, to investigate. This may be around finances, though, or the home for the most part for you. Practical matters. Let's put it that way. It's going to be more focused on practical things. So digging into that a little bit from the comfort of your home, of course. There is something that has been niggling at you or something that is a recurring thing that keeps coming up. That's where your interest is going to be, and that's where your investigative things may go. Feed that mind. Give it all the information it needs and let it figure it out. Don't try to push hard or give yourself too much of a deadline for trying to figure it out. It's a problem that's going to be solved over the course of the month. It's not going to be an all-at-once aha thing necessarily, but it will all come together by the end of the month. But you need information to feed it in order to start that process. All right, let's see what your oracle cards are. No, tarot cards, these are not oracle. We're starting off here with the Page of Cups, the Death card, the Six of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Swords. All is not as it seems is a message that just came to my mind. All is not as it seems. That's why you need to study it. That's why you need to get all the info together. That's why you need to learn more about it so you have a thorough understanding of it and you can see what's actually going on instead of what everybody is perceiving or what the perception is for what's going on. All right, now let's get into the cards. We're starting off here with the Page of Cups. This is your imagination could be going wild here, is what's immediately coming forward for this card. There is a sense of playfulness to it, though, and that's where the inquisitive, the curiosity is coming through your intuition, that niggling sense, because there is nothing overt saying that all things are not quite as they seem. It's just a feeling that you have. And that's what's going to drive this curiosity. In order to understand why you have that feeling, you need to investigate. You need to get to the bottom of everything. You need to thoroughly understand it. Otherwise, your imagination is going to run wild and you're going to have a lot of false starts here of thinking it's this and then that's not. So then if that's not it, then maybe this is it. And that's, don't put yourself through that back and forth, that inner conflict. Just trust yourself that you know something's up and feed it information. Trying to feel if that's the primary thing they want to come through for that one. So we'll move to the next, the Death card. This is a card of transformation. This is a card indicating something has to end or get out of the way so that you can move forward with another option. You can't move forward with something new until the old one ends, until you close the book on it. It feels for some of you, not for all of you though, for some of you that's part of what this feeling is you want to close the book. You want to close the chapter in something, but there's something left over. There's something still out there that needs to be said or done in order for you to close that chapter before you can proceed. So that's for some of you. For others, this may be you need to close the chapter. You need to end things. You need to end the... Okay, we're going with this word. You need to end the laziness in this area, right? So there's part of you that doesn't want to know. There's a part of you that is like, why do I have to be the one to figure this out? This should be somebody else's job. Why am I the one being called? Because you're being called to do this, and some of you are kicking and kind of fighting it. Why am I being called to do this when somebody else should? Can't I just tell somebody how I feel and then they will probably go do it? I have this friend who's really good at that. No, they're not going to understand why you're having that feeling because they're not having it. This is something that's internal to you, something only you are sensing. You need to do the work. You need to do the investigation. You need to start, what am I seeing? There's a Wikipedia or something on this subject for you, a place online that you can go to get all the facts and uncover more information that will then lead you to the next steps that you need to do in order to figure out what's actually going on. So you need to understand that only you can fix this. Only you can do this investigation because only you know that something's off or incomplete or needing to be addressed. So there is this sense of letting go of the apathy or procrastination and then facing it head on. It's a shift in how you're handling this situation. So yeah, you're going from standing at the back, kind of hiding in the corner a little bit, just being an observer on this matter, or trying to hang back and only be an observer, to coming up and saying, okay, wait, let's just wait, stop the presses. We need to check things out. We need to evaluate things before we go ahead and approve this and put it out in public and then have it all be wrong and blow back up in our face. So you're coming from the back to the front. That's what I'm feeling here, as that kind of vibe for this Death card. And then we have the Six of Cups. Now you're not without compassion. You're not without a desire to share your knowledge, share what you're feeling, share the information that you dig up. But you do it in a very compassionate way. So this is all about sharing that information, but in a way that is respectful to everybody involved and probably honors some person who is no longer there, or who started this company or started this process or started this tradition. So part of your research may be going back to understand the past and figure out how you got to where you are now and where you guys need to go back to in order to set things right again, to get back on the right track. That's what this feels like to me, is sharing those memories, sharing your findings, but doing it in a way that really tugs on the emotions of everyone and at the same time calms the emotions down. It's not a major serious thing ultimately, but it is something that needs to be addressed compassionately, lovingly, with everybody else involved. And you're up for that task. This is something where you may shine. And that might be why you're the one who has to do this, because the way you look at it, the direction you're coming from for this is a very compassionate, understanding, nurturing stance or viewpoint. That's why you need to be the one doing this, because everybody else involved here would be too critical or harsh or skip over details and not look in the right places, etc. That's why this needs to be you. And then you can take a break. The Hanged Man, this is all about taking time to look at things from a different perspective. So now you've shared the information, your findings, your concerns, etc. Now you kind of need to wait and let things absorb and see if you can see things from different viewpoints of others. So maybe you're talking to everybody else on the team to see how they think of this information. What is their view? What is their understanding? Without judgment here. You just need, you're listening to understand. You're observing to understand. So there aren't any decisions being made right here from this perspective. It's almost like there's going to be a pause or a delay, or okay, let's everybody absorb this for a week and then let's come back to it next week with different ideas on what we want to do and proceed. And now you're able to retreat kind of back to your corner or back to the background a little bit, now that you have done your part to get the ball rolling and right the ship. Reset the navigation, whatever it is that saying is. There's a lot of wisdom in this too, because you may be able to look at it from, again, your own specific perspective when they're coming up with solutions and be able to offer some insights based on the information you've learned here, but letting others come up with the solutions. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Now, somebody else may be trying to take credit for all that work you just did, is what this is saying to me. Somebody else may come in, maybe they weren't even at these meetings, and now they're trying to, they just come in and try to close things up. They want to look good. They want to at least have the appearance of the person who has been in charge of all the work, when really they have not been participating. Maybe they took a couple months off and now they're back in, not really understanding because they didn't keep up with emails or communications, etc. That happened while they were gone, but all of a sudden here they are at the end of the month trying to be perceived as the person who's saving the day, when really what they're doing is throwing in a monkey wrench and causing some disruption and misdirection and miscommunication because they weren't paying attention. So there's going to be a need for you to step back up here and say, no, 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 no. Stop the process again. This is not what the group has been working on. This is what we have discovered. If you don't understand and have not been kept up, you need to take a step back and let us finish this out, and then we can reset for the next month. But somebody is going to have to speak out here when they see this happening. Because this person, maybe they're even on autopilot, and if this had to do with communication that goes out every month, and now you guys are making a change to it or recognize that something fell off or we forgot to keep adding something, etc., whatever it was, this person is just on autopilot, and they're going to send out the same template, if you will, that they did last month, which is going to completely miss all the great work and things that you guys want to bring back into this, to reinvigorate it, if you will. And this person, that would just take down all the work you did. All this work back here would destroy that. So pay attention to that. Make sure everybody is on task and everybody is on the same page and everybody understands exactly what needs to be done. Don't let this situation, this person, whatever this is here, wreck the work that you guys did here, because this is very insightful and has the potential to allow for more growth and bring the broader community, because it feels like this is something that impacts the broader community once you guys put the word out, or the communication. I don't know if it's a newsletter, whatever it is, an email blast. That it's going to bring in a lot more donors or people or something in a way, as long as you can bring it back to, and maybe have a throwback to the founder or whatever it was. Make sure everything's right. I's are dotted, T's are crossed, everybody's on the same page, etc., etc. Clarity is going to be required. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you for October. Please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe and share to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.